So right now I'm watching WWF King of the Ring 1999, and this event features a WWF Championship match between The Rock and The Undertaker. And obviously the King of the Ring tournament takes place on this show. Now, I was always a fan of tournaments. Probably my favorite tournament was Survivor Series 1998. That was the Deadly Game tournament for the WWF Championship. That's probably one of my favorite pro wrestling shows of all time. But I always like the King of the Ring pay-per-views as well, because they usually have 3 or 4 matches that include the winners of the winner of the King of the Ring tournament. So whoever has to go through all that and then win at the end, it makes it feel like a real spectacle to watch. Because seeing a tournament like that, not just like the semifinals and the finals, but seeing the quarterfinals, the semis, and the finals, like at least 3 matches for whoever the winner is, that feels like you're watching something special. Now, as the King of the Ring went on, they kind of made sure that they only had the semis and the finals on the show, and I don't really like that. I want to see like a full tournament. And I'm not sure how many matches the King of the Ring participants have on this show, but we'll find out. So they just showed the opening promo video, which featured Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, because I believe they are in the main event. I think it's a handicap match, Austin versus the McMahons. I think it's in a ladder match where there's a briefcase hanging above the ring, and whoever climbs the ladder and gets the briefcase, they get like control of the company. I think that's what the stipulation is, but we'll hear what the announcers have to say about it. The pyro just went off. They're showing the live crowd. Greensboro Coliseum. This was at a time when The Undertaker was the WWF champion. Greensboro, North Carolina. They're talking about something that happened on Sunday Night Heat right before the pay-per-view. I think Ken Shamrock was facing Shane McMahon, I don't know, I guess in a match. And then Steve Blackman came and beat the heck out of Shamrock with a kendo stick. And Shamrock is in severe pain, because Shamrock is a participant in the King of the Ring tournament. That's why it's important. Okay, so Michael Cole is backstage talking about how Shane McMahon might not be able to participate in that handicap ladder match later in the night because of whatever took place with Ken Shamrock. And the crowd was cheering that, because that would mean Vince McMahon has to face Steve Austin by himself in a ladder match. Here comes Hardcore Holly. Okay, so Hardcore Holly versus X-Pac. This is a quarterfinal match. So think about that. So we get to see the quarters, the semis, and the finals on this show. See, that's the kind of stuff I like. That's the kind of tournament I want to see. So you got 8 guys to start, then we'll go down to 4, and then we'll go down to 2, and then you'll get the winner. So I love tournaments like that. Obviously, WWE doesn't really have the talent to make that interesting these days. But back then in the Attitude Era, they absolutely did have the talent to make a great show. So here comes X-Pac to face off against Hardcore Holly. X-Pac was super popular at this time. This is June of 1999. 1999 was a huge year for X-Pac. Huge, probably the best year of X-Pac's career, 1999. X-Pac, formerly known as the 1-2-3 Kid, and also known as Six in WCW, where he was part of the NWO. I mean, he was part of 2 of the biggest groups of all time, the NWO and D-Generation X. Former European champion, former light heavyweight champion, former tag team champion. All right, bell rang. The referee is Mike Chioda. Jim Ross just mentioned that they could see the very first Queen of the Ring crowned tonight because I guess Chyna is part of this tournament. Hardcore Holly knocks down X-Pac. And X-Pac leapfrog and arm drag by X-Pac. And huge cheer from the crowd. I'm telling you, they loved X-Pac back then. Oh, X-Pac just went spread eagle into the middle turnbuckle. Yeesh. Hardcore Holly in control now. Elbows to X-Pac's head. X-Pac, back suplex on Hardcore Holly. Yeah, I mean, X-Pac is way more popular than Hardcore Holly at this point in their careers. I mean, Hardcore Holly was a staple of the WWF Hardcore division, which is my favorite title of all time, the WWF Hardcore title. And Hardcore Holly had a lot of entertaining matches. Oh, by the way, X-Pac is doing a Bronco Buster on Hardcore Holly right now. I'm expecting X-Pac to win this match because he is just a much bigger star at this time. Okay, Hardcore Holly has a steel chair and chair shot to the head. Mike Chioda just rang the bell. Okay, X-Pac wins by disqualification. And here comes, okay, Hardcore Holly, neck breaker to X-Pac. He's continuing to beat down X-Pac even though the match is over. Yeah, so Hardcore Holly was great in the Hardcore division, but again, X-Pac was a big star. Here comes Road Dogg to defend his friend. And I also like when they do stuff like this because this affects the rest of the tournament. I mean, X-Pac just got attacked with a steel chair. He still has to compete in other matches tonight because it's a tournament. That's, again, I love when they have shows where things take place during the event that affect other things that happen during the event, and this is one of those things. So X-Pac is going to be injured, sort of, going into his next match at the King of the Ring. Road Dogg is checking on him. Jeez. They just showed the chair shot to the head of X-Pac again. Okay, they're showing the bracket now. Road Dogg will be facing Chyna. Big Show will face Kane, and Billy Gunn will face Ken Shamrock. And Ken Shamrock is also compromised, heading into his match against Billy Gunn. So, gee, I wonder who's going to win that one. But again, I love tournaments, and I wish WWE would do things like this where they have the quarters, the semis, the finals all in one night. But again, they don't have enough star power to make it interesting. I mean, unless they use their biggest stars. Like if they did Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, I guess Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. Let me see if I can name 3 more people who would be interesting. CM Punk, maybe Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins. Yeah, that's 8 guys. So they have enough guys to do but they wouldn't use those guys because those guys would be in main events and other feuds, and they wouldn't put them in a King of the Ring tournament. They would put all the lower card people or mid card people, and so that's why it wouldn't be interesting. Terry Taylor is interviewing Hardcore Holly. Okay, so Hardcore Holly is hinting that he's going to get involved in Big Show's match, which is coming up right now. Big Show versus Kane. Set a quarterfinal match in the King of the Ring tournament. Big Show was super popular at this time. Remember, he had only been in the WWE only a few months at this point, coming from WCW. Man, imagine having the genetics that the Big Show has. I know that he has, I think, gigantism. I think, which, that's, I don't have any opinion on that, but man, he was able to create a great life and a great career because he's this gigantic human being. Same with Andre the Giant. I mean, obviously there's tremendous downsides to being that large, but hey, they got to live great lives. Here comes Kane. Yeah, so now that I mentioned, like, they could have like an 8-man tournament to decide who's the King of the Ring. That would be really entertaining to watch, but they wouldn't put their biggest stars in there. I mean, Gunther won King of the Ring, but because you can't just have 1 or 2 big stars in there, because then you know that those are the guys who are going to make it to the finals, and one of them is going to win. You need everyone to be at the same level. So if you're putting main eventers in there, you got to put all main eventers so that it really feels like anybody has a chance to win. It's kind of like what happens in the Royal Rumble when it's a 30-man match, but you know that like 20 something of the guys have zero shot. So then, it's like, whenever like Dolph Ziggler would come out in a Royal Rumble match, I'd be like, I like Dolph Ziggler, but I know they're not going to let him main event WrestleMania. So what does it matter? It's like, they had Dolph Ziggler be the 30th entrant one year. And I'm like, why? It's like, again, that's not an insult to Dolph Ziggler or Nick Nemeth as he goes by now in TNA, which, by the way, I believe he's the world champion in TNA, but they were never going to give him a fair shot in WWE. And then he had bad luck when he actually did win the world title from a Money in the Bank cash-in. He got like injured or had some kind of concussion problem or something, and then they took the title off of him. That was it. What a shame. Anyway, Big Show and Kane, the match has started. Big Show is about to do a big splash onto Kane in the corner. Kane moved. Uppercut by Kane. Another uppercut. Oh, Kane just climbed the ropes. He's choking Big Show now in the corner. I don't mind these big man matches because some of these guys can actually put on some entertaining matches. Like Big Show has had some good matches. Same with Kane. But they usually don't deliver. Usually they don't. Once in a while, they will be like, whoa, they'll just blow you away with what they're capable of because they are great athletes. But, Oh, wow. Enziguri by Kane. Think about that. Like a 7-foot tall guy doing an Enziguri. Kane always moved around like he was much smaller than he actually was. And Kane was always in outstanding physical condition during this time. And really throughout most of his career. I never saw Kane like really out of shape, or I never really saw him. Because like later in his career, he used to come out to the ring shirtless. And he was in outstanding shape for somebody his size. Just such an enormous guy and incredibly strong. Oh, Kane just did a hangman on Big Show on the top rope. Kane climbing to the top turnbuckle. Maybe going for a clothesline here. Flying clothesline. Yep, he hits it. Flying clothesline on the Big Show. Going for the cover. 1, 2, Big Show presses him off. Now Kane is mounted on Big Show, landing shots, choking him. And the referee's like running away from Kane right now. Yeah, Big Show just reversed a move by Kane. Oh, wow. Big Show just accidentally hit the referee with a big boot. He was going for Kane. Kane ducked, and then Kane hit a low blow on the Big Show. Hardcore Holly has a steel chair. He just ran out here. Kane took the chair away. Now Kane's going to chokeslam Hardcore Holly. And boy, does he. Yeah, he hit that. And Big Show is now recovered, and now he's... Oh, I think he punched Kane in the face and threw him into the corner. Threw him into another corner. Kane going for a chokeslam on the Big Show. He's just choking Big Show. It's like a standing choke. And Big Show is fading. Okay, so he wasn't going for a choke slam. He's just choking the Big Show. Remember, the referee is down. He's not seeing none of this. He didn't see Hardcore Holly. He didn't see anything. Didn't see the low blow by Kane on the Big Show. Yeah, that referee is down and out because Big Show hit him with a big boot right in the face. So I'm guessing a new referee is going to come out. The crowd is chanting for Big Show. Anyway, this whole time, Kane has been choking the Big Show. And then Big Show was fading this whole time. And nothing was going on. And now Big Show somehow fought out of it. Good God. Kane just picked up that steel chair that Hardcore Holly brought out and just whacked Big Show in the head with it. Oh, now the referee is recovering. Perfect timing, huh? 1, 2, 3. So it took all that to beat the Big Show. It took like a minute or two of choking him and then a chair shot to the head. Well, Kane advances in the King of the Ring tournament. That's like the kind of big man match I like. It's short and sweet and to the point. And they had some, shenanigans going on. That keeps it interesting. What I don't like is when they have big man matches that go on forever, like 20 minutes and stuff. Like there have been some Undertaker versus Kane matches that have been so terrible because the matches went on and on and on. Like if Undertaker and Kane face each other, it should only be like a 10-minute match. It shouldn't be 20 minutes of these two guys just lumbering around. But anyway, Kane moving on in the King of the Ring tournament. Undertaker will be defending his WWF Championship against The Rock later in the night. I don't know if there's a stipulation in that match. I forget. We'll find out. Now, the King of the Ring 1999, so far, obviously, we've only seen 2 quarterfinal matches in the King of the Ring tournament. And the one bad thing about the King of the Ring tournament is like they don't get anything for winning. They changed that, I think, whatever year Brock Lesnar won the King of the Ring, I think they changed it. Like whoever wins the King of the Ring, they get a title shot at SummerSlam. I think that was the stipulation. But the thing in this case, when people won the King of the Ring, it was sort of just kind of like a coronation. Oh, they actually have a literal coronation where they give the king a crown and everything like that, and a scepter and a robe. But it was really sort of just saying like, this guy, we think this guy has something special, usually. But some people just faded away and just nothing ever happened with them. But there were other people where King of the Ring was a big stepping stone for their career. You think about Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Edge. It just showed that, these guys are going to be a big deal later on. Michael Cole is with Vince McMahon backstage. Vince McMahon is saying, Vince McMahon says Shane needs medical attention. He's not going to be able to compete. But Shane is heard in the background saying, I can do it, Dad. I'm good. I can do it. So we'll find out later what happens. Here comes Billy Gunn, another quarterfinal match in the King of the Ring tournament. Remember, he's facing Ken Shamrock, who was viciously attacked by Steve Blackman with a kendo stick. So again, who do you think is going to win? Billy Gunn's going to win this one. I would imagine. Billy Gunn is on the mic saying that Ken Shamrock is too afraid to face Billy Gunn. Ken Shamrock, by the way, former UFC fighter and probably one of the most dangerous people in the WWF at this time. Legitimately dangerous. Maybe, yeah, he probably is the most dangerous person in there at this time. Billy Gunn's telling him you should forfeit the match. Ken Shamrock is being shown backstage. He's heading to the ring. See, again, you know how I mentioned I like it when things from earlier in the night affect things later? Like, he got attacked earlier in the night. So that adds a little wrinkle to this match that wouldn't have been there before. So now, you know, a normal match between Ken Shamrock and Billy Gunn, I don't really care. But now that we know that Ken is compromised, he's got blood dripping out of his mouth from, I'm assuming, internal injuries from the attack with the kendo stick by Steve Blackman. That makes this a little bit interesting. Let's see what happens. Well, Ken Shamrock is now in the ring. Teddy Long, the referee, is admonishing Ken Shamrock for coming out here because he's in no condition to compete. Teddy Long is telling him to go away and go back to the locker room. But the match has started because Billy Gunn has attacked Ken Shamrock. Oh, Ken Shamrock is, he landed some offense on Billy Gunn. Okay, Billy Gunn just caught him midair. Oh, and dropped him right on his knee, which goes right into where Steve Blackman attacked Ken Shamrock. So I'm guessing this is going to be a pretty short match. Billy Gunn is going to target the midsection of Ken Shamrock, and then either the referee's going to stop the match or Billy Gunn's going to win because he's going to keep attacking Shamrock. Billy goes for the cover, gets a 2 count. Oh, Shamrock going for the ankle lock. It's like a Hail Mary. Well, that didn't work. Billy Gunn was easily able to get out of it. Now Billy Gunn on the outside drops an elbow on Ken Shamrock. Yeah, he keeps doing. He's going to keep attacking the midsection. I like matches that make sense because think about if this was a real fight, what would Billy Gunn do? He knows that Shamrock has a real injury, so he's going to go after it. Because Ken Shamrock decided to compete instead of forfeit. It's going to make him pay. Billy Gunn just dropped Ken Shamrock on the barricade, midsection first into the barricade. So, yeah, he's going to keep doing that. Keep working that midsection. Shamrock going for the ankle lock again. They're on the outside. Billy Gunn is standing in the ring by himself. Referee is checking on Ken Shamrock on the outside. Oh, Billy Gunn went to the top rope. High risk. Went for a splash on Ken Shamrock. Shamrock moved out of the way. Oh, Shamrock is fighting back now. Making a comeback. Every offensive move that Ken Shamrock lands, he's screaming in pain. Geez, sit out powerbomb by Billy Gunn. Okay, and Teddy Long stops the match. Wow, we've had some messed up finishes in these matches. There's a lot of... I don't think we've had just like a straight up one-on-one match with a clean finish yet. Yeah, no, not yet. All 3 quarterfinal matches ended with shenanigans going on. Anyway, so Billy Gunn advances thanks to a ref stoppage. Ken Shamrock just threw Teddy Long outside the ring out of anger because he just lost the match and he's in tremendous pain. Okay, so Billy Gunn moves on to the semis to face Kane. X-Pac, we don't know if he's going to face Road Dogg or Chyna. I'm guessing that match is up next. This will be the final quarterfinal match. And you notice we're only about a half hour into the show and things have been moving along very quickly, which I also like for tournaments. You don't need to drag everything on. Let the final match be really long, but everything else can be relatively short, especially the quarterfinals. Come on. You can get those done in less than 10 minutes. Now, I know when I say names like Billy Gunn, Kane, X-Pac, Chyna, Road Dogg, those are the people who are currently left in this tournament. None of these sound like major stars. But remember, in the Attitude Era, everybody was a major star. People loved everyone on the card from top to bottom. I mean, the people in the hardcore division who were at the very bottom, like Al Snow, Stevie Richards, Blue Meanie, Hardcore Holly, Big Boss Man, those guys were having very interesting matches and they were having, you know, the most ridiculous, out of control stuff going on whenever they performed. But people loved them. And they were super popular. And everybody above them on the card, they were also superstars. So everybody was superstars at this time. Triple H is getting interviewed by Kevin Kelly, along with Chyna, because Chyna's match is up next. Triple H was basically just saying nobody tells him what to do, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if Triple H has a match on this show, but this was at a time when Triple H was transforming into his game character, his cerebral assassin character. At this point, King of the Ring 99, Triple H had never been world champion yet. He had won the King of the Ring, he had won the Intercontinental title. I think he may have won the European title, maybe. But he was on his way to the main event. This was like he's on his way there. It was the summer of 99 where Triple H really took it to a different level in terms of his character. And then his matches started becoming amazing too. It all came together starting in the summer of 99 for Triple H. Here comes Road Dogg. He's in the ring. He's doing his ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages intro. Again, I love these Attitude Era pay-per-views because they keep things moving. You know, like, so if a match is kind of boring, you know it's not going to last that long anyway, typically. So that's why the crowd is still super excited and everything, because they know they're getting a ton of matches tonight. I mean, just the King of the Ring tournament alone, that's, let's see, that is 4, 6, 7 matches just in the tournament. Then you also know you have 2 big main event matches with Undertaker Rock for the title and the McMahons versus Austin in a ladder match. So you know you're getting 9 matches minimum. There might be other matches on this show I don't even know about, but because I didn't look at the card before I started watching this. But you know you're getting a guaranteed 9. Now today on most WWE pay-per-views, not pay-per-views, premium live events, that's what they call them, you typically get about 5 matches. So like today, NXT Halloween Havoc, right, is taking place today, live tonight. And I think there's only like 5 matches announced. That's typical. That's what they do these days. Would I prefer more matches? Yeah, I would prefer more matches these days. You get more people on the show, matches are shorter. Really, you only need the major matches to be super long. You don't need every match to be like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You don't, because like a lot of these people don't have the talent to entertain you for that long. I'm talking about today's talent. Back then, hey, you know, I'll pretty much watch anything these guys do. Okay, match has started. Road Dogg versus Chyna. Earl Hebner is the referee. Triple H is in the corner of Chyna. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, anytime there's a man versus Chyna, it's always interesting to watch how the match plays out because the male wrestler has to maintain his credibility. Like, he can't actually make this look like an even fight. Even though Chyna was a big star at the time, you know, he's got to maintain some credibility here. It's like, you know, Road Dogg's career will go on after this night, so he can't like be dominated by a woman. How is that? How would that be logical when he's competing with other men all this time? They're doing some like basic wrestling stuff here. Chyna has landed like a big shove to Road Dogg and like an elbow to his head. Right. I mean, every offensive move Chyna gets on Road Dogg, it's got to make sense within the context of this is a woman versus a man. She can't be like whooping him because Road Dogg was a huge star at this time too. I mean, the first half of 99, he was having great hardcore title matches. He also became Intercontinental Champion. And obviously, he was part of one of the greatest tag teams of all time, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. So again, you can't hurt his star power. You gotta do this match in such a way that both people come out looking good no matter who wins. I don't know who wins. I don't remember. Chyna just landed a big right hand, knocked down Road Dogg. Remember, Triple H and Chyna were no longer members of D-Generation X at this point, and D-Generation X was kind of only partially existent at this point. I mean, Road Dogg and X-Pac kept wearing the DX gear. Everybody else didn't. Triple H, Chyna, Billy Gunn. Again, there's been nothing major in this match so far. Just like hold, they're going hold for hold, doing standing switches and real basic stuff. Again, which makes sense because you can't have like a brawl between a man and a woman. Chyna lands another knockdown on Road Dogg because of a forearm. She always used a lot of forearms in her matches. Chyna in complete control of this match so far. Another forearm to the chest of Road Dogg. Road Dogg no-sold it. Another forearm to the chest of Road Dogg. He's no-selling it. He's hulking up. Although that one caused some damage. Yeah, Chyna kicking Road Dogg down in the corner, using her boot to choke him now in the corner. Again, Road Dogg really hasn't done anything yet. I'm guessing he's going to land a late flurry and then win the match. I'm guessing that's where this is headed. Chyna tries to Irish with Road Dogg. Road Dogg reverses and Chyna flies over the top rope. A la Triple H. Triple H always used to do that too. Now Triple H is getting up on the ring apron trying to distract the referee. Yeah, you can obviously tell this match was carefully planned out to make Chyna look good, but not make Road Dogg look bad. Now Triple H is putting his hands on Road Dogg, distracting him. And Chyna comes from behind and pushes Road Dogg into the ring post. And now Road Dogg is down on the outside. Triple H just punched Road Dogg in the face, knocked him down. Irish whips him into the steel steps. And this all makes sense. I mean, Chyna should not be able to beat Road Dogg one-on-one. Because Road Dogg is too big of a star for that. Like, Chyna could beat the Blue Meanie one-on-one and nobody would care. But, not Road Dogg, come on. And because this is so carefully planned out, this is the best match of the show so far. Because obviously they wanted to really make sure that both people in this match were not harmed by losing to the other. Chyna Irish whips Road Dogg and lands an elbow that knocks Road Dogg down. Chyna goes for the cover. 1, 2. Road Dogg kicks out. Chyna still in control. Nothing has changed. Road Dogg has not been in control at all in this match, but now he's fighting back. This might be the time for the comeback. Landing shots to Chyna's midsection. Chyna hits a DDT. Chyna goes for the cover. 1, 2. Road Dogg kicks out at 2. This is a much slower pace than the other matches too, which is fine. You know, that's the thing. A lot of wrestlers think you got to do all these moves, work at a fast pace to keep the crowd into it. No, you can slow things down, and do less so that every single thing you do means a lot. And that's what they're doing in this match. Chyna slams Road Dogg to the mat. Chyna drops an elbow on Road Dogg. Another elbow dropped on the Road Dogg. Chyna just did Road Dogg's signature shake, rattle, and roll knee drop. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And Road Dogg kicks out. Oh, well, he just gets the shoulder up. Didn't really kick out. Yeah, but this is great. This is a well put together match to showcase Chyna and not make Road Dogg look ridiculous. Oh, Chyna goes for the sleeper on Road Dogg. Chyna also competed in the Royal Rumble match earlier that year in 1999. She was very quickly eliminated, I think by Steve Austin. So that protects her. It also protects the other guys in the match, because if you have the biggest star in the world eliminating you from the Rumble, hey, nobody's going to frown on you for that. Like if a lower card wrestler eliminated her, that would have hurt her star power. Like somebody like some random Steve Blackman, Blue Meanie. I still got that sleeper locked in on the Road Dogg. Again, I'm liking this match. It was very well planned out and well executed so far. Road Dogg fighting back. Shots to the midsection by Road Dogg. And then Chyna just clotheslined him in the back of the head, but didn't knock him down. Road Dogg, sleeper on Chyna. And remember, they're not doing any crazy moves where, you know, they're putting their body at risk. See, I like people who wrestle a style that is real basic and they can still get the best reaction out of the crowd. You know, Jeff Jarrett, for most of his career, really most of the past 25 years, has been wrestling a style like that. And that's why he's still wrestling to this day. Still in phenomenal physical condition. Can still put on an entertaining match. You don't need all the bells and whistles. Triple H just put Chyna's foot on the rope. And so now Road Dogg has to break the hold on Chyna. Again, another great idea. Whoever put this match together, I'm guessing it was these three. But Chyna goes for the roll-up. 1, 2. Road Dogg kicks out. This is it's a fun match. I mean, it's kind of exciting to see who's going to win here. And Chyna has had some good matches in her career. If you don't believe me, go watch Chyna. Chyna versus Jeff Jarrett at No Mercy 99. One of my favorite matches, really. It was such an entertaining match and such a surprise that it was such a good match. That was Jeff Jarrett's last match in the WWF, or last televised match anyway, before he went to WCW. Triple H just punched Road Dogg in the head with like a chain on his hand. And then Chyna went for the cover, and the referee counted 2, and Road Dogg kicked out just before 3. And the crowd is going nuts. By the way, here comes Shawn Michaels, commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation at this time. And the crowd's going nuts. Again, this is a well-plotted match. The whole thing. I bet, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Shawn Michaels played a role in putting this together. This is outstanding, what they're doing here. Road Dogg, now he's making his comeback. Doing his trademark jabs. Juking and jiving. Knocks her down. Puts her on the ropes. He's going to do his signature, like he jumps on the back, hits it, jumped on her back. He's shaking and rattling and rolling. And he's going to hit that knee drop, hits it, goes for the... Oh, when he tried to go for the cover, Triple H tried to get involved. Shawn Michaels pulled him. Shawn Michaels pulled Triple H off the ring apron and now is telling him to go to the back. Again, they did a good job with this one. This is the best match of the night so far. You know, anybody who's training to be a wrestler should watch this match. This is how you have a great match with very little to work with. Okay, Chyna just went for a low blow on the Road Dogg, but no effect. Road Dogg is reaching into his pants, pulls out a steel cup. You can't make this stuff up, people. Now, Road Dogg is going for the pump handle slam. 1, 2, 3. And that was as good of a professional wrestling match that you will see on the undercard of a show. You know, that was, for what this match was, this was a quarterfinal match in the 1999 King of the Ring tournament. For that, this was as good as it gets. Definitely watch Road Dogg versus Chyna at King of the Ring 1999 if you want to understand how to have a pro wrestling match without doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Anyway, so Road Dogg wins the match. Will go on to face X-Pac, who is his friend. He will go on to face X-Pac in the semis, and Billy Gunn will be facing Kane. DX is all over this thing, or former members of DX too. And Chyna had a great showing. She dominated the whole match, obviously with help from Triple H, but she was in control the whole time until the very end. Now again, I don't know what other matches are on this card. I don't know if they're going to go straight to the semifinals now, or are they going to have a break and do some other kind of match? I'm about to find out. Oh, wow. Michael Cole is backstage with The Rock, who is challenging for the WWF Championship. The Undertaker lit a Brahma bull on fire, like a Brahma bull symbol. Oh yeah, they're taking a break. Brood versus Hardy Boys. Here comes Edge, Christian, and Gangrel. Here is a... there's a clip. There's a clip from Sunday Night Heat from earlier in the night where the Acolytes are beating the heck out of Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys. So apparently this match was supposed to take place on Sunday Night Heat, but the Acolytes ruined it. And so now they're redoing the match. Edge and Christian versus Matt and Jeff Hardy. This is one of the early matches of the rivalry between these two teams. One of the greatest rivalries in tag team history. And so here we go. Edge and Christian versus Matt and Jeff Hardy. By the way, Matt and Jeff Hardy recently became TNA World Tag Team Champions. I think literally this week that happened. So they're still going strong. Obviously, Christian Cage, some people think is doing the best work of his career over in AEW. Adam Copeland currently out with an injury, but also in AEW. So whoever wins this match will be the #1 contender for the Acolytes Tag Team Championships. Michael Hayes used to be the Hardy Boyz manager. He's standing on the outside. Gangrel is on the outside of it, supporting Edge and Christian. And these guys are wrestling a very fast-paced match. Here comes Edge. Right now, well, Christian and Jeff Hardy started the match. Now, Edge and Christian just hit a double arm drag on Jeff. Michael Hayes is like a proud father of the Hardy Boys, saying, "Come on, Jeff," and saying, "Don't stop." He's like coaching them every move they make. And the funny thing is he's wearing the same type of gear that they do, the cargo pants and the skin-tight shirt. It looks like a skin-tight, like, suede or velvet shirt. Michael Hayes looks silly, but, this was the beginning of the Hardy Boys' rise to tag team superstardom. And now they have gone down as one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Some people might say the best tag team of all time. Jeff Hardy just tagged in Matt. Jeff. Oh, they just hit Poetry in Motion on Edge. This was before it was called Poetry in Motion because the Hardys weren't big stars yet. These 4 guys, Edge, Christian, Matt, Jeff Hardy, they became big stars after a show called WWF No Mercy 1999 when they had a tag team ladder match, and that match goes down as one of the greatest matches of all time. And that was when those guys started skyrocketing in popularity. And you got to remember, they were also 4 young, good-looking guys, so they had the respect of the men and the women in the audience at that time. After that match, everybody loved all 4 of them. Christian, going for Impaler. Instead, Matt hits a Northern Lights suplex and pulls his shirt off. And so does Jeff. Michael Hayes is saying, "Finish him, you got him." Christian Cage, Impaler. Jeff and Edge are now in. Oh, wow. Edge just flipped Jeff inside out. Edge got the hot tag. He's taking on the Hardys by himself. DDT to Matt Hardy. Oh, Edge was going for a DDT on Jeff. Michael Hayes interfered. Jeff hit a Northern Light suplex with a pin and a bridge. And Christian saved Edge from getting pinned. And Matt just threw Christian outside of the ring. Now, Edge just speared Michael Hayes, who tried to interfere again. Okay, I guess the ending of this match is going to happen right now. Now Gangrel is beating on Michael Hayes on the outside. Jeff Hardy going for Poetry in Motion. Doesn't work. Edge climbed the turnbuckle and hit a spear in midair. 1, 2. Oh, this is a good match. Edge went for the cover. Matt interrupted it. Now, Christian springboard, leapfrog to the outside. Onto Matt Hardy. Now Edge and Jeff are in the ring. All right, so now this is 2 good matches in a row. All right. Oh, Gangrel accidentally spit the blood into Edge's face. Jeff hits the twist of fate. That was before it was called the Twist of Fate. Now that was another good match. Different type of match than what we just saw. See, the Chyna Road Dogg match was more of a well plotted, well executed professional wrestling match. This one was a lot of fireworks, very fast paced, but good nonetheless. They set up the climax of the match very well, where Michael Hayes was interfering, and in all the chaos, Edge managed to hit the biggest move of the match, which was a spear off of the middle rope, I believe, onto Jeff Hardy, who was trying to do a second Poetry in Motion. So that was a good match too. Good match. I still say Road Dogg and Chyna had probably the best one, but this was definitely exciting, and I enjoyed watching it. Man, all of these matches, again, very common in the Attitude Era. Lots of interference, lots of referees getting distracted so that people on the outside can do things like spit blood into somebody's face and stuff. But that's what kept it fun, kept it interesting. And here we now move along again. You know, they kept things moving. Michael Cole is interviewing WWF champion The Undertaker. Undertaker just asked Michael Cole, what happens when you rip the testicles off of a bull? Talking about The Rock. Here comes somebody, Vince McMahon, who is in his ring gear, which is a black tank top and black jeans. The crowd is chanting a-hole at Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is saying the main event of Steve Austin versus the McMahons will not take place. Here comes Shawn Michaels, the commissioner. And he's telling Vince McMahon he is the one who decides what matches will or will not take place. Vince McMahon is trying to get out of the match because Shane McMahon is in no condition to compete. Vince McMahon said he's going to have a suitable replacement for his son Shane. So there's going to be somebody else wrestling in Shane's place. Which, honestly, I think is a good idea because although Shane McMahon has some wrestling skills and he's had some great matches in his career, if you do Vince and Shane versus Steve Austin, it's probably not going to be the most entertaining match for the crowd because neither of them are full-time wrestlers. So, I mean, it's hard to take it seriously. Like, Steve Austin is the biggest star in wrestling. He's in outstanding physical condition. So it's a little hard to imagine Shane and Vince beating up Steve Austin. So it's probably better to, if they have a replacement, probably put on a better match. So we'll see. Again, I don't remember what actually happened during the show. I remember some things, but for the most part, I have no idea what's going on. I think the semifinal matches are going to start now in the King of the Ring tournament. I'm guessing it's going to be Billy Gunn versus Kane up first. Yep, here comes Billy Gunn. Here comes Kane. Again, they all have, both of these guys, and really everybody who's left in this tournament has issues with other people. So there could be interference and shenanigans in all the matches, which I like because it makes everything so unpredictable. Like, there are people who are mad at Kane. I think like Hardcore Holly is, Big Show is, so they could interfere here. Billy Gunn, there's people who could be mad at him. I think Ken Shamrock might be one of them. I don't know about anybody else. Maybe Road Dogg, X-Pac, they probably don't want anything to do with Billy Gunn. Maybe the Acolytes too, because something weird happened on the previous episode of Raw where Billy Gunn was in a 6-man tag match. His teammates were the Acolytes. His opponents were Kane, X-Pac, and Road Dogg. And they put the tag titles on the line, the Acolytes. But then Billy Gunn scored the pinfall. So Billy Gunn took the tag title belt as if he's tag team champion by himself now. But I believe the Acolytes are still the tag champs and Billy Gunn is not part of any of it. but he still has the belt. So acolytes could be mad at him, and they could come down here and steal that belt and cause some chaos. Billy Gunn, the match has started. He's landing shots on Kane's face. Now Kane really likes choking people. He just grabbed Billy Gunn by the throat, threw him in the corner, hit a big uppercut. Billy Gunn is selling big time here. Yeah, Billy Gunn, a lot of times he has over-the-top selling. We're only about an hour into this show, and so much has happened already. If you watch a WWE premium live event today, an hour could go by and maybe you'll get one match or maybe 1.5 matches, and really nothing else is going on but a lot of talking and video packages, which I don't understand. I mean, they knew how to put on a show at this time. They knew how to keep the people interested. They knew how to keep the show moving. There's like a pace, there's momentum, there's stuff happening, there's plot twists. They keep it, they knew what they were doing in terms of putting on a quality show back then. So I don't, these days, obviously they have a blank check because they can do anything they want and people are going to watch. It's like the WWE is doing big business, mainly because the standards are so much lower for entertainment today. Of course, whatever they do is going to be better than most of what's out there. Now, back in 1999, the entertainment industry was on fire. Movies, TV shows, sports, pro wrestling, everything was outstanding. I remember, it's like comedy TV shows were so great in the 90s and the early 2000s. And it's like, they knew they were competing with everybody, not just with other wrestling companies like WCW or ECW. They're competing with, unbelievably entertaining TV shows and movies. So I guess that put them in a position where they knew they had to put together an outstanding show to keep people interested. And they did. And now here I am watching this show. This show happened, more than 25 years ago, and I'm being entertained by it. What does that tell you? There was definitely a more dedicated approach to the quality of the show back then. They really wanted to put together a quality show. Now, these days, I really don't feel that's the case. I'm not sure what they're focusing on. I know NXT focuses on showcasing very beautiful young women. I mean, I don't think that's a controversial statement to make. That is what they do. And it sells. I mean, that makes people want to watch that show. They have lots of beautiful young women on that show. And they're bigger stars than the guys. As far as the main roster, I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know why people are so interested in what's going on the main roster. I guess, again, standards are low. There's a couple of big stars who are doing some good stuff. Jacob Fatu comes to mind. CM Punk comes to mind. But really, the rest of it is, They're having an event next week. Is it next week? Yeah, I think it is next week. Crown Jewel, Saudi Arabia. And I think they're doing, they're doing some meaningless matches on that show, which is what I'm talking about. They know they can put on a show that doesn't really have any stakes. Like, there's no high stakes matches on that show, and they know they can put it on. They know people will watch because entertainment is nothing compared to what it once was. Anyway, Kane and Billy Gunn have been having a very average match here, and Kane just power slammed Billy Gunn. Now he's landing punches, and Billy Gunn is selling huge. Big boot to Billy Gunn by Kane. Oh, wow. Kane with a big drop kick to Billy Gunn, who was standing on the ring apron. Billy Gunn flies off, hits the barricade. Again, a lot more over-the-top selling. Okay, now Billy Gunn has a steel chair. I think he's had enough now. Big Show is now coming. See, this is what I said. Big Show, who has an issue with what the Big Show. Wow, what the Big Show just hit Kane in the head with a steel chair. Billy Gunn goes for the cover, gets the 3 count. This is a hilarious tournament because like every match is interference. So that kind of cheapens the victory of the eventual winner because it's like, what exactly did they do here? I mean, it's like they won this tournament that was just a completely chaotic, messed up, cheating everywhere. It's like, yeah, it does cheapen the victory. It absolutely does. I mean, think about it. Billy Gunn's 2 victories tonight, what were they? They were a ref stoppage against Ken Shamrock because Ken Shamrock had been attacked earlier in the night by Steve Blackman with a kendo stick. And now Billy Gunn just won a match against Kane after Big Show slammed Kane in the head with a steel chair. So those are Billy Gunn's 2 victories tonight. Is that impressive? I don't know. I don't think so. And the next match in the semis is Road Dogg versus X-Pac. Now Road Dogg had an impressive victory over Chyna. He won even though Triple H was interfering, so that's actually impressive. X-Pac beat Hardcore Holly by disqualification. So again, not Road Dogg is the only one who has something to be proud of here in this tournament. Well, but I love the show. I'm loving the show so far. Kevin Kelly is interviewing X-Pac backstage. So here comes X-Pac. Now going into this match, remember X-Pac and Road Dogg are friends. And X-Pac just said, may the best man win. So let's see. See what goes on here. What kind of shenanigans go on that causes one of these guys to beat the other. Because there's no way they're going to have one of these guys beat the other guy clean. Somebody has to interfere. Because these guys are 2 big stars. They're both baby faces. Oh, that's right. You know, whoever wins this match faces Billy Gunn in the King of the Ring final. Because Billy Gunn is in the finals now after 2 very cheap victories. Billy Gunn is a bad guy though, so it kind of makes sense. Kevin Kelly's interviewing Road Dogg backstage. Okay, here comes Road Dogg. Again, giving a very similar promo to what X-Pac just did. Basically saying, this is the King of the Ring, this is serious business. And yes, they are friends, but they will be going at it to see who can become the King of the Ring. So, let's see. I hope they have a good match. All right. Match has started. Bell rang. Side headlock by Road Dogg. Knockdown by Road Dogg. And they're just doing some basic stuff here. And then a back suplex on Road Dogg by X-Pac. Leg drop by X-Pac. Goes for the cover. X-Pac has a rear chin lock on Road Dogg. Road Dogg hitting trademark jabs. Spinning heel kick by X-Pac on Road Dogg. Road Dogg going for the pump handle. X-Pac gets out of it. Going for X Factor. Hits it. That's that. 1, 2, 3. What the? Wow. Okay, so I stand corrected. There is there was no interference in this match, and X-Pac just beat Road Dogg straight up. That's a little strange. So, Road Dogg and X-Pac are still on good terms. They were talking to each other after the match. So, the finals of the 1999 King of the Ring will be Billy Gunn versus X-Pac. Here we go. But before we get to that match, we got The Rock versus The Undertaker for the WWF Championship. They're showing a video package hyping up the Rock Undertaker match. So this was at a time when Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, The Undertaker, Triple H, they were all on the same side. So in order for The Rock to get his title match at the King of the Ring, he had to win a triple threat match between Triple H, Undertaker, and Rock, which was really designed to be a handicap match, but because of a mistake by Chyna, Rock ended up winning the match by pinning Triple H. And The Undertaker was furious about that. So now Rock gets his title shot at the King of the Ring. Meanwhile, Triple H attacked The Undertaker because Undertaker was going to attack Chyna, because she was the reason that The Rock won that match. Whoa. Here comes The Rock, and the crowd is going nuts. I mean, The Rock started getting super popular in 1998. And in 1999, it just went up another level. And then in 2000, it went to unparalleled levels of popularity. So, and The Rock is one of a kind. What can I say? I mean, undeniable. At this time, he was the first third generation professional wrestler in the WWF's history. Now, since then, there have been quite a few other multi-generational pro wrestlers, but he was the first. He was also the youngest WWF champion ever when he won the title at the age of 26, Survivor Series 1998. Obviously, that record has been broken, I think first by Brock Lesnar. So I don't know if anybody else beat that. I know Randy Orton was also the youngest world champion ever, 24. But, The Rock was, again, on top of the world at this time. Still is on top of the world. Still involved with the WWE. He's still involved with the main storyline in the WWE, the Bloodline storyline. He's still part of it. He made a surprise appearance at Bad Blood 2024 only a few weeks ago. He didn't say anything, but he just sort of stood there and stared at Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Jimmy Uso. Here comes The Undertaker. By the way, I always liked the stage setups that they did at this time in the WWF because they were usually very unique, very original. They usually had something to do with the theme of the event. Like, well, this one has a bunch of ladders because there's going to be a main event ladder match for control of the entire company between Steve Austin and the McMahons. But I think my favorite one, my favorite stage entrance was Royal Rumble 2000. Go look that up. There's like a big taxi cab hanging off of the entrance, and they used the very tiny entrance for that Royal Rumble, probably because they had so many tickets sold. And Royal Rumble 2000, one of the greatest pay-per-views ever. One of the most entertaining. I'll probably be watching that at some point on this channel. Triple H has challenged the winner of this WWF Championship match. Again, this is Triple H's rise to the top. Summer of '99. Yeah, Triple H in the middle of 1999 all the way through to when he gets injured in 2001. One of the greatest runs you'll ever see by a pro wrestler. One of the greatest heel runs, definitely, in 1999 and 2000. He turned babyface like briefly in 2001, sort of, but eventually he turned heel again and then got injured. So, all right, both guys are in the ring. Rock, Undertaker. Okay, match has started. What the heck? Undertaker just clotheslined the referee in the back of the head. So actually, I'm not sure if the match has started yet because I didn't hear the bell ring. But anyway, they're fighting. Rock just landed an elbow. Going for the rock bottom. No way. Yes, he hits it. He hits it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what is it? 1, 2. A new referee came out, hit a 1-2, and then Paul Bearer pulls the ref out of the ring. I kind of like this because this is totally unexpected. Yeah, this show is like just never-ending plot twist. You don't know what in the world is going to happen. And pro wrestling is at its best when it's unpredictable. That's another problem with the WWE these days. Way too predictable. Anyway, Undertaker just hit a choke slam on The Rock. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Rock kicks out. Crowd goes nuts. And the referee is backing off from the Undertaker. He doesn't want to get clubbed in the back of the head again. The crowd is chanting for The Rock here. Crowd is chanting for The Rock. Rocky chants. This is high intensity right from the get-go. Big clothesline by The Rock on the Undertaker. Rock landing punches. Landing punches. Oh, knocks down the Undertaker with a third punch. Clothesline the Undertaker over the top rope. Now, you know, this could have been a very boring match, but not this time. You know, The Rock and Undertaker, they faced each other at Survivor Series 98, I believe. I don't remember that match being too interesting, but this one is a barn burner already. I'm loving this show, by the way. King of the Ring 99. I'm loving this show. Okay, now they're fighting near where the entrance area is and where like the jib camera is and near where the fans are, but Undertaker just clotheslined The Rock to the right on the floor where there's no mats or no protection. Undertaker still in control here. Oh, Undertaker just Irish whipped The Rock into these steel barricade, and oh, Rock hit hard. He's flat on his back on the concrete floor. Anyway, this is a much more interesting match than Rock Undertaker at that Survivor Series 98 show. Undertaker in complete control. Okay, now they're fighting back towards the ring. The Rock is fighting back, landing punches. Kicks Undertaker in the midsection, going for a suplex. Undertaker blocks. Undertaker reverses it. He hits a suplex on the Rock. Vertical suplex on the Rock right there. Undertaker still in control. Referee Mike Chioda admonishing The Undertaker, get The Rock back in the ring. Undertaker just threw The Rock into the steel steps. Rock is down on the mat. The referee keeps running away from The Undertaker after getting attacked at the beginning. Okay, now both guys are back in the ring. I don't remember the bell ever ringing. So who knows? I guess they'll just go with it. Undertaker still in complete control. Going for the cover. 1. And Rock kicks out at 1. The Rock always cuts some classic promos on The Undertaker. Insulting his gigantic head, insulting his Mickey Mouse tattoos. That's The Rock's words, not mine. But I'm telling you, these two are the greatest of all time. And The Rock is still doing it. Still doing it. Okay, the Undertaker looking for old school, it looks like. Undertaker. And no, The Rock managed to break free, and then The Undertaker landed spread eagle on the top rope. The Rock has a bottle of water that he just got from outside the ring, and he just spit it in The Undertaker's face. Whew. Which nobody ever does disrespectful stuff like that to The Undertaker. But The Rock did. They're fighting back in the fans now. Rock in control. Remember, The Rock had won the title at Survivor Series 98 for the first time. Then he traded the championship back and forth with Mankind, and then finally lost it for the last time prior to this event at WrestleMania 15 to Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock hasn't held the title since then, but he had put on a heck of a feud with Mick Foley. Best match of that feud was the I Quit match at Royal Rumble 1999. Definitely check that match out if you've never seen it. But, the crowd really wants The Rock to win the title back here. They want him back in the main event picture. He's basically been embroiled in this feud with Triple H, sort of, since he was out of the WWF title picture since, like, May. He had a rematch against Steve Austin in Backlash 99, but he lost that one, too. They're still outside the ring. I mean, Rock just threw Undertaker into the timekeeper's table where the ring bell is. The Rock has a steel chair. Oh, whoa. And the Undertaker grabbed the ring bell to block the shot. And the chair sort of ricocheted back into The Rock, and The Rock is now out on the outside, right next to the announce table, where Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler are calling the event. Paul Bearer is hitting The Rock in the head with his shoe and laughing about it while the Undertaker has the referee distracted. All right, both guys back in the ring now. Again, much better match than what they did at Survivor Series 98. I mean, a lot of the crowd is on their feet here, so they want to see The Rock take this title from the Undertaker. Because the Undertaker's been wreaking havoc in the WWF all year long. First, he started that Ministry of Darkness, and then he was torturing Vince McMahon. Then everyone found out that Vince McMahon was on the same side as the Undertaker. And then Undertaker became WWF champion thanks to some foolishness from Shane and Vince. So, Rock's fighting back, but Undertaker hit a big DDT. The crowd was going nuts when The Rock was fighting back. Undertaker went for the cover, only got a 2 count. Crowd's loving that. And now Undertaker has some type of a chin lock on the Rock. They really love doing chin locks at this time. The Rock used to do a lot of chin locks. Randy Orton is also a big fan of chin locks. Not so much anymore, but he used to be. The Rock fighting up to his feet, landing punches on the Undertaker's midsection. And Undertaker big boot to the Rock's face. Rock is down. Yeah, goes for the cover, Undertaker. 1, 2. I gotta say though, this match started with tons of fireworks, and now they're really slowing stuff down because Undertaker has another rest hold on the Rock. So they had major action early on, and now they're sort of taking a break, which I don't know. Not a big fan of that kind of stuff. You got to escalate. Yeah, you don't really see much of this these days, where you just have like no action going on in the middle of a match after you've already had so many like big fireworks to start off. Usually they just, go crazy all the way through. But okay, Rock fighting back, trying to make this match interesting again. Undertaker, Irish whip, Rock reverses. Nope. Undertaker has his hands clasped around the Rock's waist. Rock fought out, but then Rock, Samoan drop, goes for the cover. 1, 2, Undertaker kicks out. The Rock is beating up the Undertaker in the corner. The Rock just did a DDT on the Undertaker. Goes for the cover. Anyway, the way this match has been plotted out, I don't think it's so wise, because remember how I was singing the praises of the Road Dogg versus Chyna match and how well plotted it was? Yeah, this is the opposite, because they started off with all the crazy stuff and then they're doing the like slow stuff now. Okay, Rock going for the people's elbow. I mean, it probably would have made more sense to do this stuff up front and then go do the crazy stuff. But anyway, Rock going for people's elbow. The referee was accidentally knocked down, and he hits the people's elbow, going for the cover. 1, 2, nothing. They are protecting The Rock very well here, because that's at least the second time The Rock had the match won, and referee is nowhere to be found. Oh, wow. Undertaker just hit a low blow on The Rock. Now, Paul Bearer has a rag soaked in, I'm guessing, ether, which they're going to... Oh, but Rock just knocked down the Undertaker, who has that ether-soaked rag. The Rock has the rag now. And The Rock, he's holding it on the Undertaker. He's pressing it against the Undertaker's mouth and face. Here comes Triple H. And Triple H, he just hit the pedigree on The Rock. Man, so much interference in like almost every match on this show. I mean, it keeps things unpredictable. Jeez. Now the referee has regained consciousness after being knocked down. Both guys are laying down now. The Undertaker from being, I guess, attacked with an ether-soaked rag, and The Rock getting pedigreed by Triple H. Somebody just threw a highlighter into the ring. I love pro wrestling. This is hilarious. The Undertaker got back to his feet, went for the cover, and The Rock kicked out of that. Crowd's going nuts because they think Rock still has a chance here. I mean, The Rock has withstood everything The Undertaker and Paul Bearer and Triple H have thrown at him, so he is well protected in this match. But Undertaker going for Tombstone Pile Driver. He just hit it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Kind of an anticlimactic ending, but I would say that match was okay. It was all right. And the show as a whole has been very entertaining, start to finish. I don't know. I guess they have. Oh, they have the King of the Ring final, which is X-Pac versus Billy Gunn. I believe that's next. And then the only match after that is the main event, which is supposed to be a ladder match between Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon versus Steve Austin for control of the company. But there's this ongoing story throughout the night that Shane McMahon is not able to compete, so he has to be replaced. And Vince has a suitable replacement, but we don't know who that is. So we are being left in suspense, which is how you keep the show interesting. They know what they're doing. Why can't they do this on today's WWE shows? Today's WWE shows are so predictable, and everything just goes according to plan, and it's like there's no unpredictable elements at all. And then they drag out things for so long that everybody sees what's coming, and it's like, come on, do some crazy stuff, throw a curveball. Don't just throw stuff at us that we're expecting. I shouldn't be more entertained by a professional wrestling event that took place 25 years ago than I am with stuff that's going on live today. Like, that's not how things should work. I'm more excited during this event than I ever am during WWE's premium live events. But hey, they got the personnel to do something with that company and make it more interesting. So hopefully more exciting stuff is on the way, but you never know. Oh, Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon. It's now it's now it's being revealed that Vince McMahon apparently had picked Triple H to be the suitable replacement for Shane McMahon to help him in the main event. And security was just taking Triple H away, and Shawn Michaels was like, yeah, you didn't think I knew that Triple H was your guy, blah, blah, blah. And so then Vince McMahon just pulled out a cell phone, called somebody, told whoever that person was to drive back to the arena. And so again, we don't know who the suitable replacement is, and we're only one match away. So we are looking forward to finding out who that is. But here comes X-Pac and Billy Gunn. Winner of this match is the 1999 King of the Ring. Billy Gunn is being interviewed by Michael Cole. Billy Gunn is telling X-Pac his strategy, which is he's going to be attacking X-Pac's neck. Remember, X-Pac got hit in the head with a steel chair earlier in the night by Hardcore Holly, and X-Pac is grabbing at his neck. So, you know, Billy Gunn is now facing yet another compromised opponent. But the whole idea behind the X-Pac character is that he has a lot of heart and he can fight through anything. So X-Pac still has a fighting chance here. Okay, Billy Gunn attacks X-Pac from behind. The match has started. Yeah, he's doing exactly what he said. Landing elbows on X-Pac's neck, and X-Pac is screaming in pain. Gee, I wonder who's going to win this one. I mean, honestly, in this particular scenario, you don't really know who's going to win because, again, X-Pac's whole thing is being the underdog who fights back from whatever difficulties he's facing. Oh, Billy Gunn was going for a big splash in the corner. By the way, the crowd is... X-Pac just clotheslined Billy Gunn over the top rope. Crowd is definitely not as into this match as they were. Oh, wow, X-Pac just had a big plancha over the top rope. And the crowd is totally not into this match as they were into the Rock Undertaker title match. Which is a shame because this is the King of the Ring finals. So obviously, I guess the crowd doesn't care who wins between these two guys. X-Pac hits a big crossbody off the top rope, goes for the cover. Billy Gunn kicks out. Okay, X-Pac Irish whips Billy Gunn, but Billy Gunn hits a big bulldog on X-Pac again, attacking the neck of X-Pac. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, X-Pac kicks out. I'm guessing this match is not going to go very long. Okay, X-Pac fighting back now. Billy Gunn presses X-Pac above the head. Slams him down. Oh, Billy Gunn just hit a famouser on X-Pac. It's his finishing move. I remember, and that move attacks the neck of X-Pac. 1, 2. X-Pac kicks out. Oh, well, he gets the shoulder up. But X-Pac is in a bad way here. Billy Gunn is getting mad at referee Tim White. Meanwhile, X-Pac, X-Factor. Now both guys are down. X-Pac is trying to fight back into this one. One, two, and Billy Gunn gets the shoulder up. So both guys just landed near falls on each other. So they're kind of presenting these two as equals. And again, 1999 was a huge year for both guys. And as well as Road Dogg and Chyna and Triple H. The whole group had a great year in 99. X-Pac, Bronco Buster on Billy Gunn. They were kind of like the backbone of the WWF in 1999, that crew. And they did a great job, obviously. X-Pac. Oh, Billy Gunn reverses and hits a neck breaker on X-Pac. Billy Gunn goes for the cover. 1, 2. X-Pac gets the shoulder on. You see, this I don't understand. They both hit their finishing moves, and now they're going and doing other stuff, which... Okay, Billy Gunn, top rope. Oh, X-Pac hits a drop kick on Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn lands spread eagle on the top turnbuckle. X-Pac climbing. Oh, absolutely. Billy Gunn just hit a famouser off the top. I don't know if it's the top rope or the middle rope, but he hit it on X-Pac, and that was the end of that. Very anticlimactic ending there. I mean, nice move, but all of Billy Gunn's wins on this show were tainted. And he is a bad guy. He is a heel. But it almost... Like, he's the king of the ring, but it's like... He didn't have any impressive victories on this show. So... Man, wow, imagine being Billy Gunn. You just win the King of the Ring, and it's almost like no one even cares. And by the way, that that story of nobody really caring that Billy Gunn won the King of the Ring, that carries on through to the following year and the year after. So, because they cheapened his victory so much to the point where it's like, every victory he got on the show was sort of like, you know, kind of like a whatever victory. I mean, I guess he beat X-Pac straight up, but X-Pac was compromised. Okay, so now they're showing a video package hyping up the main event. So they're showing the they're showing the lead up back when Vince McMahon was actually a babyface. Where the Undertaker was like targeting Stephanie McMahon. And then they had this whole thing like for months. Undertaker was talking about that he answers to a higher power, and people thought it might be Jake the Snake Roberts. They thought it might be Shawn Michaels. They didn't know. Maybe somebody from WCW. Nobody knew who it was, and then it turned out to be Vince McMahon, which was a huge letdown. But they're showing that part of the story here. That Vince McMahon was the higher power. And that he orchestrated the kidnapping of his own daughter. So Undertaker, Shane McMahon, and Vince McMahon were all on the same side and used their daughter. Vince used his daughter Stephanie as a pawn in this feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this was the beginning of the Stephanie McMahon character, who became a pivotal figure in WWF programming, especially during the year 2000 and 2001. And the whole thing was basically a conspiracy to try to get Vince, well, to get the WWF title off of Steve Austin back into the hands of somebody on Vince's side, which was The Undertaker. That's so at this point, when Vince is revealed as the higher power, Linda McMahon gets involved. The new CEO of the WWF became Stone Cold Steve Austin because Linda McMahon named Steve Austin as the CEO. So in the weeks leading up to this event, obviously Austin was the CEO, so he had manure brought into Vince McMahon's office at Titan Towers, and he filled it with manure. Okay, there will be no corporate interference in this match. That is the final stipulation. That Austin won the right to name that stipulation because he beat the Big Boss Man in a match. So now going into this pay-per-view, it's supposed to be Vince and Shane versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a ladder match with a briefcase hanging above the ring, with control of the WWF hanging in the balance, and no members of the corporation can interfere. So remember now, Vince says he has some kind of a replacement for his son Shane McMahon. Here comes Vince McMahon coming to the ring. Now, about 2 hours have passed by in this show, and it's been an outstanding show. Have we seen 5-star matches? I wouldn't say that, no, but we've had a very entertaining show. And I will choose entertaining show over, well, I mean, I would prefer to see all 5-star matches, but, you know, it's like, well, you never get that. You don't even get that these days on WWE shows. I mean, they're going for it every time almost. It seems like every match, the goal is to put on this amazing match, but, you know, not every match has to be that way. The main event should be that way, but everything else should be like whatever. You don't have to like try to put on a 20-minute match for, you know, like Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan and stuff like that. Come on. But I will say, the Road Dogg Chyna match, very enjoyable. Perfect type of match for an aspiring pro wrestler to watch, to show that you don't have to do all this crazy stuff to put on a heck of a show for the crowd. All right, who's Vince's tag partner? Okay, here's Steve Blackman is apparently going to be main eventing a pay-per-view. Wow, unbelievable. I thought it was going to be Big Boss Man. Steve Blackman's main eventing a WWF pay-per-view. I'm sure the crowd is very happy to see that. It's kind of funny that Steve Blackman is replacing Shane McMahon, because Blackman and Shane went on to have a feud the following year over the hardcore title, and they had a very entertaining match. SummerSlam 2000, check it out. What is this? They just had this segment that showed Shane and the Mean Street Posse backstage, and that Shane was faking whatever injury he had, and he's actually fully prepared to wrestle in this match. Shane is trying to escape from the arena now, and Shawn Michaels is stopping him, telling him to get to the ring. So now Shane has to wrestle in this match, not Steve Blackman. Yeah. This was when they were doing this GTV thing. GTV was like this, I guess this sort of like peeping Tom. Like I forget, like they never revealed who was behind it, but like all of a sudden we'd see these backstage segments where people are being filmed and they don't know they're being filmed on CCTV. But they called it GTV. But anyway, that was a GTV segment that showed Shane McMahon is ready to wrestle. So Shawn Michaels just came out and is telling Vince and Steve Blackman that he's telling them that Blackman has to go to the back and Shane McMahon will be wrestling in this match. I was just reading something about the GTV thing. They never actually revealed who was behind GTV. But anyway, here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, there were some storylines back in the Attitude Era that kind of like hit a dead end. It was Mae Young giving birth to a hand was one of those things because she got impregnated by Mark Henry. That was one of those weird storylines. The other funny one was that Test and Stephanie were supposed to get married, and then Vince Russo, who was behind the whole story, left the WWF, so they didn't know what to do with that whole storyline. And the idea became Triple H marrying Stephanie. I think maybe a similar thing happened with the whole who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin thing. I don't think Rikishi was the original plan. I don't know who was the original plan, but ultimately that was revealed that Triple H orchestrated the whole thing, obviously. Of course, it was Triple H. Triple H is behind everything all the time. All right, match has started. Vince and Shane versus Steve Austin, ladder match for control of the company. Let's go. Okay, Shane and Vince are going to get the ladder. And Austin just clotheslined both of them in the back of the head from behind. Anyway, Austin was beating up Vince in the corner. Shane came to break it up, but he's paying for it because Austin just landed a Luthez press. And he's beating the heck out of the McMahons. And the crowd's loving this. Remember, they were totally out of it in that King of the Ring final match between X-Pac and Billy Gunn. But they're loving this. Even though Vince and Shane, I mean, how good of a match can these guys put on? I shouldn't insult them. Both of them individually have had some great matches, including against each other at WrestleMania 17. But, I mean, this was, you know, you got the biggest star in wrestling at the time, Steve Austin, against these two guys. But, I mean, this was at a time when the crowd would really enjoy just watching Austin beat the heck out of these two because these two guys are terrorizing the entire company every week on Raw. So the crowd wants to see these guys get the heck beaten out of them. Oh, Shane McMahon just landed a clothesline on Steve Austin, and now Steve Austin is flat on his back on the outside. Shane McMahon and Vince are landing punches, and now Shane is choking Austin with an electrical cable. The crowd not too happy about that. Now Vince is going to get the ladder. Remember, they got to climb the ladder and get this briefcase that's hanging above the ring. That's how this match ends. Austin just threw Shane McMahon into the steel steps. And remember, I just want to reiterate, the whole story of Shane McMahon not being able to compete in the main event carried on throughout the whole night. Started on Sunday Night Heat and carried through the whole night. And everybody was wondering what's going to happen in the main event. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? So it kept interest going throughout the show for the main event. And luckily the fans got what they want. They got Shane and Vince getting their rear ends kicked by Steve Austin. Now they are fighting up the rampway here. They have the ladder that they're supposed to use standing right where the entranceway is. So that's where they all went to go get the ladder. Shane McMahon was landing some punches on Austin. Then he climbed one of the ladders near the entranceway that is being used as like sort of decoration. And he climbed all the way to the top of this structure, where it's a bunch of like ladders. Again, this is just like the structure that's at the entranceway for decoration. But Austin climbed it too. Shane has kind of fallen here. And he can't get to his feet. Now Austin and Shane both standing on this very rickety structure, and Shane just fell to the ground. And Austin is standing on top of the thing, middle fingers in the air. And that's a great summary of this whole era of WWF television. Austin standing tall over the McMahons, middle fingers raised. That's pretty much what goes on every week on this show. Vince tried to get the upper hand on Austin. That didn't work. Austin saw it coming, knocked him down, and throws Vince into one of the ladders. Austin in complete control now. Austin as Shane throws him into a ladder, knocks him down. Man, that is some crazy stuff. I mean, Austin is just throwing the McMahons into one ladder after another. Oh, Austin. Whoa! Now that's an exciting thing to do in a match. Austin just pulled this chain and the whole structure, the whole ladder decoration structure just collapsed on top of the McMahons. Yeah, they're going to have some bells and whistles in this match because Shane and Vince are very limited in what they can do in the ring. So, yeah, I'm glad they're doing something like this. All right. I mean, in theory, Austin, all he has to do is grab the ladder, go to the ring, climb it, grab the briefcase, and he's in control of the company. Austin is standing in the ring with the ladder. McMahons have been beaten thoroughly by Austin at this point. Oh, wow. Austin just threw this ladder right at Shane McMahon, and who got hit in the chest with it and just flew backwards over the announce table on the outside. I'll tell you, this is probably as good of a match as you're going to get in terms of as good of a match as Vince and Shane could have with Austin in a handicap match. Again, they probably plotted this out. Obviously, they plotted this one out very well. It's the main event of a pay-per-view. They got to create maximum interest, and they got to deliver now. Oh, wow, this is going to be something. Shane is laying on the Spanish announce table. Austin just set up the ladder. I think he's going to do a splash or an elbow onto Shane through the table. Oh, yes, he did. Elbow through Shane through the announce table. Okay, they're doing a good job in this main event. I got to hand it to them. I thought this was going to be a lot more boring, and it's not. Oh. Austin was standing on the ladder. Vince just pushed the ladder down, and Austin landed on the English announce table. But the table didn't break. Still, though. Probably the plan was for this table to break. It didn't work. But, hey, still. Now McMahon, who looks exhausted, I think he's trying to grab the ladder to bring it to the inside and grab the briefcase. Okay, Vince McMahon is climbing the ladder in the middle of the ring, going to grab the briefcase. He's going to grab the briefcase. Austin is back up. Oh, low blow to Vince McMahon. Now Austin climbing the other side. He just punched Vince in the face. He just punched him. Okay, now like Vince McMahon is like lying prone on the top of the ladder. Let's see. And Austin, whoa, he just threw Vince McMahon off. All right, now, here comes Shane. And that didn't work. Shane almost got up, but then Austin knocked him down. Now he's stomping a mud hole in him in the corner. Middle fingers to Shane. Oh, wow. Now Austin is taking the ladder, and he just threw it in. Oh, wow. He's got him. He's ramming the ladder into the midsection of Shane, who's standing in the corner. Vince is now on his feet, and he just threw him, into the ladder into Shane. Yeah, this has just been a beating by Austin on the McMahons, pretty much. Very little offense landed by the McMahons, and that's what makes sense, you know? A lot of times in the WWE today, things happen that don't make sense. Like, why is Bad Bunny allowed to beat Damian Priest? Does that make any sense? No. Why is Logan Paul... Well, I guess you could say Logan Paul kind of looks like an athlete, so I guess some of his stuff could be taken seriously, but... Austin just dropped the ladder on Shane's back. Jeez. And the crowd loves it. I mean, the crowd is loving this beating that Austin is giving to them. Austin is standing on the ladder, which is on Shane McMahon's back, and Shane McMahon is lying face down on the canvas. Again, this is a very entertaining show. Yeah, Jerry Lawler just asked, how much longer is Austin going to beat on them? Right. I mean, this is at a point in the match where it's like, there's really not much more they can do here. I mean, they've already done the big spots. They've already done the cool stuff. So it's time to go home, as they say. The ending should be near. Austin is climbing the oh, wow. Austin's climbing the ladder, but Vince McMahon pushed it down. The ladder is down, and Vince McMahon is trying to like pick up Shane to grab the briefcase. That ain't gonna work either. Now Shane McMahon. Oh, okay. Shane is sitting on Vince's shoulders trying to grab the briefcase. The briefcase is way too high. And Austin is just staring at them like, what are you guys doing? Austin just hit a stunner on Vince. Austin just hit a stunner on Shane. Austin is climbing the ladder in the middle of the ring. And the briefcase is apparently being magically raised by somebody. Somebody is in the rafters raising that briefcase so that Austin cannot win the match. And the crowd does not like that. Now Austin is going after the timekeeper because he thinks that's who's doing it. Austin thinks it's Howard Finkel now. Austin doesn't know who's raising the briefcase. Meanwhile, Vince is climbing the ladder. Wow. And now the briefcase is lowered so that Vince can grab it. Vince has the briefcase. But no, couldn't unlock it from the carabiner there. Shane is trying to fight off Austin. Austin grabbed the briefcase, but they're raising it again. Somebody's raising it. And now Shane just knocked his father and Austin off the ladder. Now Shane has set up the ladder. McMahon and Austin are down. The briefcase is within distance for Shane. And he's got it. He's got it. Shane and Vince win the ladder match thanks to some shenanigans. Somebody was, I don't know who was screwing screwing Austin, but somebody was screwing him. By the way, that's 2 pay-per-views in a row that had really messed up endings for the fans. Because the last one ended in like a quick pin where Undertaker won the WWF Championship thanks to, again, shenanigans from the McMahons. And this time, surprise ending probably. I don't think people thought that ending was coming. They were probably expecting Austin to win. They definitely wanted Austin to win. But no, we got Vince and Shane. Vince and Shane won the match. They get complete control of the company. And that is the end of that show. That is the end of WWF King of the Ring 1999. Thank you for watching.